Good evening, everyone. Today we are trying to discuss and understand Automation Studio. In the previous video, I have discussed on different studios and builders. Today, I would like to discuss on Automation Studio specifically, which is an ETL tool. What are the activities which we have and how to use it with some scenarios. So I would like to go with that, and based on that, we'll be having more scenarios. We'll try to discuss on that. So first, let me go with this. So today's topic is on Automation Studio. So let me start helping you people in understanding Automation Studio. So when it comes to automation in Salesforce Marketing Cloud, automation in any organization, in any tool, you'll find something called automation. In Salesforce Marketing Cloud, we have two tools. One is called as Automation Studio. The second one is called as Journey Builder. Now, many people have a lot of questions on these two tools. So let me explain Automation Studio today. Automation Studio basically is a data processing tool. It is a data processing tool with sending options. So if you have a question on this, what is Automation Studio? So if you want to simplify with the experience, so I would always say that it is a tool in Marketing Cloud for data processing, data refresh, data load, with sending email, and SMS capabilities. I'm very weak in this spelling, EIES. So this is how I define Automation Studio. And if you want to have with a simple word, ETL in SFMC. And ETL stands for extract, transform, and load. This is basically a heavy lifting of data. So let's assume that you have bulk files which you want to upload it into Marketing Cloud data extension. You have a data extension which needs to be auto refreshed before sending the email, because there might be new subscribers coming in or old subscribers going out. So we will be using, so I'll be dividing this into two different parts. So within the Automation Studio, the menu, or you can call it as a tab, there are two menus. One is called as overview menu, and we have the activities menu. So overview menu is for creating automations, and activities menu if you want to create activities before it is being placed in the Automation Studio, that is in the automation. So there are two components which we need to understand in Automation Studio. The first component is known as starting source, and there are two types of starting sources. One is called as scheduled. Scheduled is time-based, hourly, weekly, daily, 4 times in a day. These kind of things can be done in scheduled automation. Second one is known as file drop automation. It was also known as triggered automation. Since many people were getting confused with triggered emails and triggered automation, it was renamed to file drop automation. And this is file-based. File-based in FTP. File-based in SFTP. Sometimes you might hear it as enhanced exact target FTP. Okay, you might hear these words. So this is the first component which should be configured in your automation creation. Second one is the canvas. Canvas means the place where you place activities, and it is composed of A, steps, B, it is composed of activities in it. So steps and activities combine to become canvas here, the white area where you people place your activities. So now the question is, what is an activity? How many types of activities we have? So for that, there are huge list of activities. The majorly used one, which I'll be going with. So I'll go with blue ink. I want to list the activities which you people have to know basically. So I'll go with one. This is the very basic one, send email activity. Send email activity is connected with user initiated email. User initiated email. If you have the tool, you can just check it out. You create user initiated email in Email Studio. Email under interactions. If you create there or if you create here, it will be replicated. So remember this. So when it comes to send email activity, so we'll try to discuss each activity to understand better. So send email activity is what the basic fundamental of any email, that is the SFMC. SFMC is used for sending emails. So Automation Studio is the one. What we should remember is it is batch processing. It will collect all the contacts or subscribers and it will be sending. It is bulk processed. Batch processing is done in send email activity, which is a replica of your user initiated email in the Email Studio. So remember this, user initiated email in Email Studio, which is known as send email activity in Automation Studio. Second thing is all around the data processing. So let's assume that you want to bring data from SFMC FTP. You need import file activity. Import file activity, and this will be referring to FTP of SFMC. You should have the username and password to access this. So this is the one which will bring file. It will take a file in FTP, process it, put it into a data extension or list, and the file format should be CSV, text. These are the two major supported ones. Third activity is the filter activity. We'll try to discuss each activity one by one. So filter activity is for data refresh in D. So we have some steps to follow when we want to build it. Filter activity is to refresh the data. For example, you have built a data filter where you want to refresh the birthday. Whoever is celebrating their birthday, you want to send a birthday email to them. And before sending this, you want to make sure that the Automation Studio is taking care of refreshing it. If you create a filtered DE, you should do a manual refresh. If you create a filter activity and a DE along with associated, then Automation Studio is capable of refreshing it. So that is where we need filter activity. Coming to the fourth point. So we have data extract activity. Data extract. So I would like to explain more on this one. So we have fifth one, which is known as file transfer activity. File transfer activity. There are two activities. So these two activities are most of the time used together when we want to send any data from SFMC to FTP. Remember this always, whenever you want to send any data from SFMC to FTP, we need two activities back to back. One is known as data extract activity. The other one is file transfer activity. So I would like to highlight the point here. When it comes to data extract activity, it is having overloaded functionality. What is the basic work? Basic is extract and place file in safe house. Safe house, as the name says, it's safe and we cannot access it. No one can access it. Only SFMC data extract can access it. Second one is it can convert XML to CSV. If you have XML data, it can be converted into CSV file data. These are the two jobs which will be done by data extract activity. It is huge and many clients might buy it, and it might not be bought because it is an additional paid service. It is an additional paid service. If someone is buying Automation Studio from Salesforce, it is not included in their purchase. They have to buy it separately. Coming to file transfer activity, it has once again the basic job. What is the basic thing is move the file from safe house to FTP. FTP is the location where the files are stored whenever we want to move it. So there are two-step process. Take a data extension, extract it, place the file in safe house. Safe house will move that file into FTP using the file transfer activity. Remember this is the basic functionality. Second functionality is it can unzip the file, it can decrypt the file. So these are the two additional activities what it can do. So many people get confused. It might be in the form of an interview, it might be in the form of an exam of email specialist or the admin exam or consultant. These three places you'll get this question. If I want to unzip a file, in FTP, how do we do it? File transfer. Name is confusing here, but basic job is to move it. But it has been added with more work, that is file transfer. So remember this. So we have discussed on sending. We'll go in detail each of these activities in the next video. For now, the sixth activity which we use on a regular basis is SQL activity, which is used for extracting, joining two different data extensions, creating the data in the third data extension, can all achieved in SQL activity. Seventh one, the script activity, where we will be running the SSJS when we want to process bulk informations. AMP script is not capable, so then we go with script activity where we write SSJS code. So eighth one is wait activity, and ninth one is verification activity. So verification activity is the one which helps to stop the automation. Verification activity. So SQL script activity, SQL activity, script activity, wait activity, verification. These are the 9 basic activities which anyone should know when they start learning Automation Studio, or when they say that I'm well versed with automation. We expect them to be knowing these things. There are many other activities which you might have to learn based on the availability of the activities in your tool. Only thing which might not be available in any Automation Studio is data. You might able to see it, but you might not be in a position to use it because data extract activity is additional one. So 9 activities which is present here. Very good. So I'll be pausing the video. I'll take a screenshot of this so that I can share it with the link in the YouTube. So we'll continue and we'll try to understand each of these activities. Each activity what you see, first we should do it manually. We should understand the manual process, what all the things is needed for sending an email, what is the process for importing a file manually or from the FTP. We should understand how to write a query. We should understand how to write a basic script, how to run it. Then what is the use of wait and verification activity. Wait and verification activities are visible only in the create new automation screen, because these activities can be configured. Wait activity, when to use wait, when to use verification, how it looks, how it works, that's what we should learn it. So for now, I'll be pausing this video. So I'll take a screenshot of this and I'll continue to explain send email activity today, and also I'll try to explain the filter activity, which we will use it in. So we can go with that. So what all the things we have related to data processing? We have import file activity, we have SQL, we have filter activity. These 3 major activities will take care of your data processing. If someone questions you, how do you bring two different data extensions into one, that is SQL? How do you bring data from a file which is placed in FTP? The answer is import file activity. How do you refresh the data before the email is sending out based on the criteria? It might be gender, it might be date wise, it might be opt-in, anything. But I don't want to do it. I want someone to take care of refreshing the information, because anyone who is celebrating birthday today, so we need to refresh the data, which we don't want to do it, then we'll go with filter activity. These are the things which we should know. Now, before we place all these activities in the canvas, we should decide when do you want to start it. Is it a timely basis, every day we want to start it? Or is it the case that we'll be going with the file drop automation? So we'll try to discuss both these scenarios. Okay, so now let me give a pause. Let me take a screenshot of this, which will be helpful. I'll stop sharing my screen. I'll pause this video. I'll stop it because we'll make two different videos for that. Thank you.